So this is what she does. She sits in the background.
Sometimes, well, she doesn't want to get made up. Like that's usually the problem. Most people don't want to go on screen.
Why do people say stuff?
Very few people want to be on video. Like girls are totally stressed because they care about their.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Well, that's why you're going to be. That's why you're ahead of the show.
Yeah.
The star of the show has to be able to
really
get on fucking camera. Like and then there's the guy Joe. Yeah.
What happened with him? You did a podcast with him, right?
Joe. That's my tech guy. He.
Oh.
We've done like lots of projects before in the past, but he's a pretty big name here on Staten Island. He does all He does like all the websites. He comes from a rich family. He knows everybody.
Okay.
Like all the politicians and everything.
Oh, really?
He did all like a tobacco show.
Oh, okay.
He put that together. He did a lot. Did everybody's website. He's doing AF Bennett now.
Oh, okay.
But, we're friends too. We're saying. Because I wanted him to do some free work here for a pro bono, because he's gonna wind up getting a check from he's gonna be on the payroll.
Yeah.
And he was just like, Amy, I don't work like that. And I said, okay. So for that little event that you want me to be your date friend for the young Republicans, I won't be going. He was like, whoa, we're friends. I said, if you're my friend, take me to coffee. If you want to use me as some kind of status bump, then no, that's a favor.
Yeah,
that means you have to kick back.
Yeah,
like, oh,
it's true.
No, men do that as favors. That's a fucking favor. You're not my friend like that.
Yeah, right.
When we're friends, we go out to dinner.
Yeah, right.
We have coffee.
What do you want you to do?
He's a couple of my male friends, like my true male friends.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Nothing like, and they'll use me if they're in business or networking, as a date, or to bring into network, or they'll elevate their fucking status.
Oh, I got you.
And it's like, okay, then I want to use you back.
Yeah, right.
That's the way this works. Yeah. Then they pull it's gonna be a fun night out. I don't need a dinner.
Tit for tat.
I can't even. They told me I can't eat.
I can't eat if I want a show.
They just told me I can't eat.
That's crazy. I don't know what these people are coming from, but you got Whoopi Goldberg on TV. I don't know what the problem is with you.
And I can get on the deal.
I mean, I don't care if she's on TV, but she's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. It's supposed to be.
Dominated.
I mean, just it's a freedom of speech. Just let people talk. They signed someone. And that guy's a clown too. I don't know who the fuck he thinks he is. Judge and Pizza. He's from fucking Boston.
Don't even take it. We're gonna talk about that.
He's from Boston. That dickhead. Judge and Pizza. Yeah. Who the fuck are you? Judge and aren't you from Boston?
There's a lot of misogynistic shows on there, and I thought, and I was like, okay, I can battle it. I just thought it would be, how do I say it? That they would be cool and let me do my fucking thing.
Yeah, right.
Because they were radical. Like, you want to be sexist, then I can be a little objectifying back, but then it didn't work that way. It never does. Welcome to the patriarch.
Wow.
It's every job, everywhere. It doesn't end.
Yeah.
Show and podcasting is 98% men, of course. I like to. I like to challenge.
Yeah.
Well, because girls are stupid who have no opinions.
There's like 3.5 million podcasts right now on record.
I tell men to tell me straight out, women can't have podcasts.
Yeah, I actually look for I look for women podcasts. Natalie Cuomo. Mm-hmm. I think you guys do. She's a comedian, but she does a podcast.
Yeah,
free promotion. She's blowing up. She's hilarious. She does one, but every week she has a different. Usually comedians, because she's doing shows, but every week she has it. Remember Jim Florentine?
Yeah.
She's tight with Jim. He's on the show all the time. I was like, I'd like to talk to Jim, get him on the show. He's on the show. He's got that voice, his voice.
Yeah.
And she has him on the show a lot. What was the other guy's name? He was on with Opie and Anthony, so he was real fucking funny. How he doesn't have his own show. They were good.
I mean,
Jim Norton.
I like anything radical.
Yeah, funny
shit. Save this, though. We have to talk about this.
Well, we're recording on my thing.
Okay, so let's start.
Recorded.
Can we start official? Because I have to edit.
Okay.
Let me do video. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, no, we're recording, so.
Oh, good.
And it's actually picking up good, too. This is a good fucking microphone.
Let me just make sure I'm going. Awesome. Mine is recording, too. I believe so. Hello. I'm debating if I should put it on me. Okay.
That's what you use, the...
No, I use it's a lavalier, but I just keep it like for looks.
Yeah, sure.
And it holds the thing up. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight we're joining forces, Alpha Bitches and
Peter. What is up?
I was last name, so I say it right.
My last name, people say it differently. They say priori, a prior. It's Priori.
Priori.
It's one of those really white Italian last names.
Okay.
Italians laugh at my last name because they say it's not a last name. But if you look at my family, you can tell they're Italians.
Well, we're joining forces. We both have our own shows, and we, because we're both alphas, and
we both want to get banned.
we're both constantly banned, and we're both here native Staten Islanders, and we, we're really proud of the way we are, and we want to express ourselves, and we find that we can't. So we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight, about how we can't have any voice, because everybody always says, Peter, like that Staten Island's like the forgotten borough, and I don't think it's forgotten; it's just lost. I don't think we have no voice here. Well, what are we known for? The jump.
When I lived in Brooklyn, I didn't know there was a Staten Island. So, and I moved out here when I was 15, 16. I didn't know about Staten Island until my grandmother. She was the first one to come over. Like we left the country. And I was like, what the fuck is Staten Island? And when I was in school in Staten Island, they would talk about it. I think 8th, 9th grade history class, they would talk about Staten Island's a forgotten borough. And, when it snows every year out here, you could tell it's a forgotten borough. People don't believe me at work. People don't believe me at work when I say, listen, I'm not coming to work. There's 4 feet of snow in front. They're like, yeah, we didn't get it. I go, I'm right next to Jersey. So when Jersey gets plowed, we get plowed. But they don't come because they don't give a shit. It's Staten Island. And even they got 18 sanitation workers on this fucking island. So.
But see, that's another thing too, is we don't really even talk about that. Like everybody's blue collar here, and that's what I like about Peter's show, is that Peter has everybody. He's like the voice of, like, I call it, like, the real working guy. He works 2 jobs, and he's literally here on his night at night
on my few hours off.
Right, because he's desperate, like we all are. That's why we have our own shows, and that's why we're doing this even like out of our own pockets right now, because we are so desperate for a critical conversation and to be able to share our own voice. And we're finding that we cannot anywhere. And on Staten Island, I feel it's, if you want to, it's an epidemic.
I can't even tell a joke on Twitter. Well, Twitter's been okay now. I'm back on Twitter. I've been tweeting a few people, so I got some followers. And everything on my social media, I'm not using my name anymore except Facebook. So on Twitter, it is Listen to This Shit podcast. Because that's what I'm trying to build. I don't give a shit. I don't want people to know me. I don't give a shit. They'll see me on the thing, but I want people to know the podcast. And it's hard. I mean, I think I was suspended. I'm restricted all the time, like you on Facebook, and Twitter suspended me 3 times for a joke.
Wow.
And I'm like, I don't want to stay on Twitter. It's free promotion, so I do want to get back. We're talking like 4 years ago. Some rapper died, and I said something about the Kardashians. It should have been one of them. And it was a joke. I didn't really want them to die. I mean, I wouldn't cry if one of them did, and it goes, you violated terms.
We're known here on Staten Island for Kim Kardashian's boyfriend. And Kim Kardashian. That's it.
You know what? I always try to support local people, but that kid's getting me sick to my stomach.
Yeah, really?
I would love to talk to him, interview him, and if I'm gonna, he's not gonna tell me don't ask about Kim, because that's all I want to talk about. I don't give a fuck about you were on SNL when it sucked. I don't care about that. Because these people now he's with some other. I'm like, listen. If I'm him, a comedian's not easy to do. I'm not a comedian. I'm far from it.
It is so hard. As a public speaker, it's the hardest thing I do.
Right. So, I mean, if you're going to be a comedian, you want to break. I mean, obviously, he broke into it. SNL gave him a start. He's making movies. He's doing things with Joe Pesci. That's great.
Maybe he'll help you in.
But it's like, dude, you're only going to. All right, listen, I'm not even mad at his list, because he's banging some hot chicks. Good for him. He's a young kid. And I'd be doing the same thing.
Shows that women care about personality, doesn't it?
Yeah, is he fucking funny looking as hell? Like, he's not a good looking dude.
First of all,
but he's funny. He's probably funny.
And he's funny, and he's got a big D.
He definitely probably does, right?
He absolutely does. It's a gift.
Yeah, because he's like, what do you call it? He's like old bone, that kid.
It's a gift, and it's the skinny dudes that got it. The little skinny dudes, they get the big Ds. It just happens. Yeah. God's fair guy.
Yeah, there's nothing there, encroaching.
He even shit out. No, or inmates. Yeah. Little skinny inmate, like little cracky guys. They got these big, ridiculous things. It's a fact. Oh, and Africans. I know this.
Yeah, well, that I grew up around black people.
No. It's all Africans.
Yeah. You mean that side of the country? Gotcha.
And
the world.
I know we're gonna spin off since you could do that, since you like that. And guess what? We looked up why. Africans, white and black Africans, have big.
They sleep on their backs in the sun.
had to do with nature's selection, had to do with the women. Because in indigenous areas where you're naked more.
Yeah. Right, I believe. Yeah, everything grows more. I believe.
No,
that's not it.
They're naked, and women would take that as a sign of fertility because he had a big schlong. So we picked them, and they bred it out. Just like the Vikings always picked the most beautiful women to steal and breed down. That's why they were the most beautiful women. It's the same with the big doms.
Well, sure. If a woman's walking by 5 guys and all of them, but one has a little ding ding, she's gonna.
She's picking him, so they kept picking the big ding dings, and it bred down. And that happens also into the other.
So you're telling me Africa's just full of big dicks everywhere? Everywhere you turn, there's a big dick.
Indigenous people, wherever the country, wherever they were most naked.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's when it happens.
That makes sense.
Yep, and then the women were, and then that's why a lot of the women also
check the merchandise.
Super curvy. They have the best backs. They have the best. It's just it was bred down. Well, you're walking around buck naked all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I think California
I would
look better.
If I wouldn't mind that, but it depends on the
weather. You get in shape fast and you have to take clothes off.
Shit, I'm sure. I'll be running up and down that Sahara all fucking day.
I tell my girlfriends, like, you want to get in shape? Next week, I'm going to take a picture of you in a bikini. You'll see how fast.
Yeah.
But anyway, on Staten Island, we can't even do that because we don't even have glamour here, and I want to bring that up.
No, but my thing is with the whole thing, not to get sidetracked, but the kid with Pete Davidson, the thing with Pete Davidson.
Yeah, we were talking about Staten Island.
He's a local guy, and I seen him do a couple roasts. I never seen his movies. All I know is he was decent in some of the roasts. He killed it at Justin Bieber roast, and he's banging some hot chicks. But if you want to be a comedian, all he's being known for is like, all right, I get it, banging hot chicks, but that's for a movie star.
No, and he makes fun of
He's full of shit, then he makes a movie, King of Staten Island. When were you the king? Where was I?
No, that's what I don't like.
Stupid ass
movie.
That's
what I want to bring. That's what we want to bring here too. Is that I actually like Staten Island. Like I want to. Yeah, we have cool people. The cool people came.
Ton of good restaurants.
No, the cool people. No, but the cool people like us, they're in their freaking houses.
Well, because we have to work for a living.
No, but
you have kids.
Oh, they don't like to go out. No, I just find really cool people that get it. They have small groups. And we can't stand fake shit. So we don't go out there. We don't go out as
really
much.
Small.
Right. So the only place that we can is these shows and to like evoke critical conversation, and then we get shut down.
My group is even smaller now because I told you when I moved out here, I was the minority when I moved to Staten Island, and my group got a lot smaller since I'm a white guy. The way the country went, some of my black friends don't talk to me anymore because I'm a white guy. No, we had no issues. We had no problems. I'm talking people I did business with, because I wasn't always this well-adjusted human being you see in front of you today. I was a young man, did stupid shit, especially when I moved here. I didn't give a fuck. I grew up in Brooklyn where people were getting shot every day and killed. That's why we had to move over here. My grandfather was, he had some of those friends and all that bullshit. So it's just, I don't know. The world's a crazy. It doesn't bother me, but.
Well, that's,
I bring it up in a podcast, and we get emails and shit. Sometimes we'll bring them up, and every email there's probably one that's good out of like 200, and I think it's hilarious. I'm like, wait, if I don't like something, I don't pay attention to it. So I noticed, because I have like a photographic memory, so I noticed, I'm like, wait, this person already sent me 4 emails. But you hate it, like, you guys are racist, you should die. I'm like, am I racist? You know what I mean?
But I have no problem with letting haters talk.
No, it's awesome. I read the emails out loud. It's great. Sometimes when I get them, we'll pull them up, and I'll just read the emails. Like, Steve from Boston, you guys suck, and I hope you all die. I'm like, all right. And it's hilarious, and I'll bring it up. And I just don't get, like, some people, they like, if I don't like something, I don't like a song, I don't like a show, I'm not going to listen to it. But a lot of emails I get, apparently a lot of people hate the show, but always listen to it. Oh, so, I got a lot of those. I mean, what the fuck,
No, because, well, for me, it's the feminism thing. I know they just don't want you to have a voice. It doesn't matter. For your reasons, they're silencing you, and for mine. Yeah. The difference is what's happening now, why white men, are getting uncomfortable, and you're getting pissed off, is because now you're getting bothered by the patriarchy. Because now you're
sure, everyone's getting silenced.
We were always silenced. We've always had workarounds.
That's true.
They don't want, especially an older woman, out there.
I was going to share an article with you. I wanted to get your take on it. You know the movie Scream, right?
Yeah.
Of course, big head, right? Fucking awesome movie.
Yeah.
So the last one was on, and now the new one's going to come out.
I'm looking in there like I'm talking to you, just like you know.
And the star, Neve Campbell, supposedly she's not going to be in the new one. So now she's the whole movie, right? Everyone knows her,
Yeah.
Sydney from Scream. She's the
Yeah.
if it's not her, you know the killer or that
Right.
goofy bastard limping around.
It's like Anna Faris that did the Parrot.
Right.
All I think
that
is her.
that movie's all her. So she's not doing the next one now, and they're like, why? It goes, they disrespected me, and I don't know what they offered her for the role, but they wanted her to come back for the 7th fucking time, and I guess she asked for a certain amount of money. And their studio, I mean, this is incredible to me. The studio, this is like Farrah Fawcett, when she had contract. This is, Neve Campbell, this is her movie.
Yeah.
So they say, all right, we're going to part ways. So she's not going to be in the new Scream. So a lot of people are pissed. And she's, very open, like, listen, I think with this studio, I don't know who makes
right.
I don't know who makes the Scream movies, maybe Warner Brothers, I'm not
sure.
They're
pretty much all the
But
same.
she's like, if I was a dude, she didn't say it like that, but she goes, if I was a man, I wouldn't have had to ask for the money I've asked for, and I'm not doing the movie.
Well, pretty much every male actor is paid more.
Yeah, they're trying to change that now. Women are speaking up because, what's his name said, the kid who played, what the fuck's his name? He was in Jurassic Park. The new one, Jurassic Park. The female in that lead, who's Ron Howard's daughter.
But see, Hollywood. It's not like. See, this is what I always argue with men about. Those aren't the roles. I'm talking about like they'll just get around that. They'll just say Tom Cruise brings in more money.
Oh yeah, of course.
So he gets paid higher. That's what they just will do.
Yeah.
They have to only the big actresses that have it proven on paper. Like, look what I have, and what I bring in or whatever.
Yeah, you got to be a big time actress.
But they still have more clauses. They have their looks, their bodies, they have to add all in there. That's all I hear.
Sure.
Now I have endless emails. Now I not even endless. I see that all over the feed. Now they're just ripping people up. Jennifer Aniston's hit the wall. J-Lo's hit the wall. They're sick of her seeing it. No, but now misogyny's coming in.
People are crazy. Like, how old is she? 55?
I love it.
What do you want her to be? Fucking 25 forever? These people.
No,
there's too many critics out there.
All the shaming starts in the patriarch at 40 because it does, because that's when a woman starts to come into her own. She has a voice. So anything with a voice, they silence it down, and they can go even in the negative way. I'm talking about when they say black people are really aggressive, anything that's a voice of where you're being oppressed, and then they have even Karen. The word Karen.
Yeah, what's that about?
I was totally.
They couldn't pick a better name.
No, I was totally on the bus with the Karen thing at first, and I was like, "Oh, good." It's like, because I thought it was goofing on female misogynists.
Yeah.
But then I started to realize now it's just being another way
it's just
to make fun of women.
It's an annoying white girl, Karen. That's what it means, right? Like an entitled. You see some of the videos. Some of them are just crazy.
I want to see the manager.
Yeah. Right. But let me ask you a question. I get it. Words don't hurt me. But now that word Karen, from what I got, it started with this whole stupid we're going backwards to the black and white thing with this country. From what I got from the word Karen it's a white lady who thinks they're entitled. So I said, well, if I went...
No, she's a white lady that's yelling at the mat like me.
Right, like being a fucking asshole.
But hear me out. I'm going to flip it on the feminist side. It's funny, though, how they're condemning now, right? Yeah. It's more about making, of a woman who's sticking up for a service she didn't get. Now, there's the Karens that are just these old bitty bitches.
Yeah.
No, I get that. Ridiculous. But I'm talking about, okay, for example, I was outside with my kids or something, somebody drove by 90 miles an hour, right? Any man, not just
woman, what are you doing, bro?
Slow down.
The fuck, bro? Slow down, bro.
And he goes, relax, Karen.
Yeah. Well, that's not being a Karen. You're just being like, hey, you're going to kill one of my kids.
Speaking my mind.
Yeah, right.
Or a Karen, or a woman that goes into...
Karen's like, wait, hold on, stop, calling the cop. I seen one. It was really funny. And if I was recording that, I really wouldn't have gotten it. It was hilarious. He tapped her, didn't do that. She was, I wish we could show the visual right now.
Right.
The prejudice ones are great. One time I seen this guy, he was being hemmed up by the cops, and they're just patting him down. And I thought it was a girl, but it was a dude. He's like, stop, sir. I don't want to talk too loud. He's like, stop, sir. Yeah. Stop touching my penis. The cop's like, well, what are you talking about? He's like, you're a female. He's like, no, I identify as a... It was crazy. And I'm like, well, and that's a person who's just taking it way above and beyond. Like, chill out. You did something wrong. You're going to go to jail. Acting like a complete jerk or cunt, whatever you want to... Whatever she was. It was, and I'm like... You're just making problems worse, and you did the wrong thing, and you're going to say the cop's touching you. Stop, don't. You're touching my penis. The cop
well,
is like, what the fuck?
Well, this is the whole sensitivity culture, too, that where everything has to be... That's what we were just talking about. And that's why it's pissing me off because I was talking about sexism and stuff, and I told you I give such a long leash. So for me to complain, that's what I'm telling you. Yeah, but nowadays I think that, how do I say it? It's politically correct, but people are more angry and nasty than they've ever been, and that's why they're sending those nasty messages, or they really can't lose it. They're getting to a point when anger drives is the biggest emotion. Sure. Nobody gets out of bed to like, oh my god, I gotta go write that amazing review. Maybe once in a while. Yeah, right. No, when you're pissed off, when you're triggered, that's when they lose their shit. And that's what we're going to be doing actually here on Staten Island, because we're going to get used to it. Because we're going to open up what we want to do together while we're combining together alphas is because we want to open up, how do we say, get people comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah, right. Yeah, there you go. But we have to go first because we don't agree. There's some of his posts that I feel are sexist. I'm sure some of my feminists should get some annoyed. But we are actually going to still work together. We can actually. Yeah,
I can't say. I could never not be a friend because of a post. Listen, I'm talking. We're going to argue. I'm talking to someone right now, right? And I posted something the other day about, I don't know what's up with Martha Stewart, but she's looking great. So I posted something. She's looking for a guy. I'll break that back. So she was cute, for anyone. She could get it. Yeah, right. Exactly. I'll fucking do whatever. I'll do whatever she can hang me upside down from the sand.
She's gangsta.
She did time. That's my kind of.
She didn't even have to rap. She didn't have to. All she had to do was give up her friend.
Yeah, she did so much hard time, but she came out. Snoop was like, "Yo, let me be your friend."
And you know what? She made all these friends on the inside.
Yeah. Listen, she's very likable since she got out of her.
They loved her.
She's another one I seen on a roast. She does good on the roast. But I posted that, so the girl I'm talking to, she goes, "What did that mean?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What does that mean?" She goes, that post. I go, just a joke. I go, you don't really think I'm going to hunt down Martha Stewart and fuck her? She was like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, it was just a post. And I was waiting for that to get flakes. All I said in the post was, is it me or can Martha Stewart get it? Because she had what do you call it? An apron on with nothing underneath. I'm like, look at this. Obviously, I had it. If
you're friends with Snoop, I mean, come on.
Yeah, she's got to be. Yeah, they smoke. They have their own wine, I think. Now.
Oh, yeah, she's getting
They're definitely fucking. Snoop Dogg's wife, so you can fuck Martha Stewart. It's okay.
I think they are.
Martha Stewart just like, well, they had a show together. That's a hilarious combo. That's great.
See? Snoop and Martha. That's what I like about that.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I think every year they do a cooking show around Christmas time.
But see, you know what gets me the most, man, is that how this whole thing would happen with me, like how this is how I choose to express myself with the satires, because they said that you can only get away with these critical conversations or overt sexuality or like through satire. So then that's when I started to switch it up. And I'm like, if I do it sarcastic and funny and like theatrical when I wear my devil horns, that video doesn't get botted.
No?
No. I only get botted for either totally sexuality, like I did a show called Free the Nipple. It was a little radical and I had an X on it.
So? And they killed it?
Even though it technically doesn't violate because the nipple's covered. Doesn't matter. They got me on solicitation.
Really? And what, do you get an email from them? Like, you violated us?
No, I just go, boom.
Really? And it just cuts?
It goes white screen of death. And it just says, this has been reported offensive, nudity and sexuality, and solicitation that exceeds our...
You definitely have at least one person watching that, because you have a troll. And one person is definitely, whenever you do something, it's like, okay, I'm reporting that. There's at least one. So if you got 100, every time. I mean, it's such bullshit.
I kind of keep a routine. No, it kind of goes like it's like boyfriends. I go in like a little group. It goes in like groups of haters of 5. It seems like every week, and then there's like 5, and then they lose their shit, and then they block themselves.
Okay.
But what we're also trying to do, my show, and I know Peter's show too. We are not going to exclude anyone.
No, I want everyone.
If you're a hater, you can talk on his show. He won't delete you.
No,
I won't. We'll bring you on.
Yeah.
You want to say you hate me? We want to talk to you. Yeah. We want to. So everything you say and everything you do, we'll never delete.
Yeah, right.
No, we're gonna and when we're joining forces to open up our own podcast studios here, and we're not gonna confuse anyone.
Yeah.
Which they like to exclude here on Staten Island, which I want to bring up. Oh, by the way, I dug up some facts on Staten Island just to make sure I'm backing up. We do have. Are you ready for this? We do have supposedly an investigative reporter. Okay, I don't want to say her name. Her name begins with an M. I looked up what she did. Okay, 3 pages of mindless fluff, and she does cover some people here on Staten Island. Guess what? Followers with like 3 friends, like with 3 people with 3 followers.
Who does she work for?
She works for the Staten Island Live,
okay.
and she covers her friends, which is nothing wrong with nepotism. I get it. You want to cover your friends, but my point is, we want everyone to speak.
I don't want to take away any hard work a reporter does, but reporting now, my 10-year-old could be a reporter. One of your sons could be a reporter. It's not like the 20s where you had to go look for a story. Now it's like
they don't let you.
I get an article and they're just sharing some. Hey, my story. It's not. There's no real reporters.
They don't let you. Yeah. I've written several op-eds and they've gotten published, but op-eds. How am I going to say? Like. On Staten Island, that's another reason we don't really do any radical op-eds.
No,
you can't. I have my story got published in Huffington. It got published in Parade.
Okay.
And Staten Island Live wouldn't pick it up, and meanwhile, my story, everything was here on Staten Island.
Why didn't they pick it up?
Because they don't want it here. Because then it's too close to home. It's the same 6 people.
That's crazy.
Now, not knocking Staten Island. We have some amazing things. We have some amazing reporters, and the ones on the inside, they're even telling me. The ones that do great nightlife, we know a few. I'm not going to say names. Food. Yeah, and they say they're battling the same thing.
Okay.
Even the ones that are kind of getting in there, the same problem.
Yeah.
Because it's uncomfortable to talk
There's
about
a lot of female reporters out in the world, especially sports. I mean, a lot of good ones out. Not more than men, but you're starting to see a lot of female reporters.
Well,
and I think they're better than the men. Maybe because I'm sick of watching guys talk bullshit.
No, they ask me for sports and I fucking hate
it. No. You wouldn't want to do that.
No.
You're too
what I'm trying to say is they don't really care. They just want the girl because of the visual.
Yeah, that's it. They don't.
Women, most women, I'm going to be like sexist here the other way, really aren't into sports.
Well, Erin Andrews, she's a horrible reporter, but she's cute to look at.
That's what they do. That was ever since Fox.
She's cute on the sidelines. Not because she's a woman. That's how I feel about her. But she's no fucking Barbara Walters.
Well, ever since Fox came in and that whole nightmare, then that was it. Then it just everything changed to you got to be like a model.
You got to be hot. remember one point?
Yep.
My father would say to me, he would go, "What's going on with?" I didn't know the channel, and he's like, "Reporters and news people." They're getting. Usually it was just the weatherman or the weatherwoman who was always like sexy or handsome.
Right.
Now the whole goddamn panel, they look like Ken dolls. Like, what the fuck? And Fox did start that. They did start
right.
that.
So then when you
with the cleavage, that's fucked up. See, I have 2 daughters, but that's not why I'm not. I have a total respect for women, but. Me and you, I would never tell you. We sit here. I would never say, "Listen, we're not going to get any much viewers. Unbutton your top." I can never say that because if people ain't going to listen, then they're not going to watch. That's it. But this is how Hollywood is.
And I'm a performer.
It does, but I wouldn't
I
wouldn't want to make you say, "Listen, we're doing a podcast, but you have to." Like if I was going to give you money to do a show. Or anybody, I wouldn't say, listen, dress half naked, you'll get more. I would never do that. Just, it's your show, do your own thing, and we'll see where it goes.
I've never had a single producer not tell me what to wear.
That's crazy. It's insane. I believe
every single job I've ever had. There's not a job I haven't been objectified. Not one. From Hooters to the strip joint to Paul Mitchell to Estee Lauder. Every single job exploited my looks or I wore a uniform, or I worked for them. And that's where I get so, and I'm going to I can't believe we're spinning off into this. That pisses me off when men, I wanted to talk about this last time on the show, and I didn't bring it up. Because I think you had said something, and a couple of my friends, too, my guy friends are close, and I'm battling with them on it now, about the whole OnlyFans thing, this whole objectification thing. And that's when I think back and I go, where were you at Hooters? Where the fuck were you? Where are you guys with Playboy? Where are you with porn? Nowhere. It's because the women... When they make their own money, when we cut out the pimps, now it's a problem because Mary Sue is making the money.
I think that's.
But I can work. No, but I can
work.
No, you've heard such shit about OnlyFans girls. But I hear me out. I'm going to play both sides because I talked to my guy friend Joey Monsters, who was ripping on. I'm talking to you, Joey. Who was ripping on OnlyFans girls. He was making fun of it, like he'll say things to me like, "Yeah, I'm going down her feed and I see like ass, boobs." Kids making pumpkins. And it freaks him out. No, because he doesn't like the intertwining, which I agree.
Yeah, that's why. Well, I seen one with a girl. She was breastfeeding a kid. Did you see she got arrested, that girl? The lady? She was in California. I think I shared that. I got restricted for that.
Well, why'd she get arrested?
I can't say cock on my show and this girl's raping her son.
But you're allowed to breastfeed.
Yeah, well, it was, he was fucking 10 years old. It was a grown kid. Oh, yeah, that's what I forgot to say. He was a grown kid. Unbelievable. And it went down. I got restricted for it. I go, I can't say this. And she's molesting her kid. The kid. And she was sexed out.
How old was he?
He had to be 9 years old. He was huge. was a big kid.
I
and she just looked like she just got done. And she was a pretty woman, and she was half naked. And it was like she set everything up. Said, "Okay, let's do this." It was on OnlyFans. They shut it down. They took the kid away. It was a big article.
So she tried to get the sexuality component in there because of the nipple, because you could breastfeed.
I guess so. Well, it's always but people are like, "Yo, your kid's 10." I don't know how that works.
No, but my guy was 2.5, and now he's big.
Well, that's no. 2.5.
That's too much.
Really?
No. He got a little weird. No, he got super clingy to a chat. I wanted him gone.
Oh, okay.
Some kids just.
Yeah.
These are like boom, boom, better for the world. They just they won't. As the mother, you have to say you're 2 now.
Yeah, right.
You gotta go. That's what I did, and I had to say stop. When he was literally asking me, can I have num-nums and get in the pillow?
Okay.
It's time.
Yeah.
When the kid isn't eating food. He has
right.
full teeth. But that's what happens. If you keep going, if the kid's interested, he'll go to 9.
Crazy.
But they do develop, because I see a difference, because my first guy I've only breastfed for a year. Okay. My other guy was almost 3. So there is I gotta say, it does make it a little weird.
Yeah.
I gotta be truthful. And I'm super primal, sensual, nobody could breastfeed better. Really, I had it down. Yeah. But it's anything over 2 or 3. I think it's 3, to tell you the truth. You can go to solid 3, and then something happens. That's just me, as somebody who's successfully breastfed for 5 years in total.
Okay.
After 3, it gets weird.
Yeah, sure.
They get bonded in a weird way. You ever see those old movies where they're that kid was on the tick for 5? They get a little weird. Okay. It gets a little incestuous. And I'm not saying physically, but mentally.
Yeah, sure.
Because then you become bonded. But they want to sleep with you every night. It turns into, I don't know, a little weird.
Yeah, I can imagine.
There's that other...
hey, I'm coming in the bed. I got some
celebrity
cereal.
Who does that? Monka.
The
I
one
like her
Big
too.
Bang Theory?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, what's her deal?
And I like her.
They caught her on the train breastfeeding a kid, right? He was 8 or something. Yeah. Is that true? Or that was real?
Yeah. And she does weird things
she's like a genius in real life.
Yes, I love her.
MIT, hilarious. That show.
No, she's a great actress. So radical. I love all her
She does what, Jeopardy now?
I love it. But she is radical in that area.
Yeah.
And she's also and that's another disservice which I'm trying to change, where I get prejudiced against when there are women like me that are advocates or radicals in that way, then I get shamed by them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The other way. So I can't fit in either side, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I can't go on this route, because then it get me on sexuality. If I go the feminist route, then they'll shame me too. Even on red lipstick. I'm not kidding. Because for some reason, when you have to go her level to be taken really seriously as the brain and an activist, you have to. I don't know why you have to wear no makeup. Like you said, you gotta be totally granola.
Yeah.
And then that's why, how many men say to me, you can't be a feminist, you don't look like one.
What?
I think feminism is just, I think the word feminist is dead, and it just needs to go away. The word feminist, it just needs a new revamp, because it's totally misconstrued now. It's dividing us.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's a lot of shit dividing us. That's a big thing.
And we keep bringing it back to Staten Island.
The last fucking few years has been crazy.
And we don't talk about that here, because Staten Island is a different borough. We're very old school. Yeah. And Peter and I are very willing to talk about the prejudices that are still here.
Yeah, absolutely.
The sections, the segregations that are here. We don't discuss any of this.
Yeah.
We don't discuss it how do I say it, radically enough, because I think that's why everybody's driven to podcasts now, because of what you were saying about journalism. There's no journalism, like you said, you used to think of a story. It'd be that's what we're doing. Yeah. You and I sit there and we go, let's think of a story, let's go to that bar, let's go to that thing, or let's talk about that fight or something that happened. That's what reporters used to do. Yeah. Now they just go to scripts.
Yeah, now
they feed you what you're going to read. It's all about what you're wearing, what you look like, and then you just. That's not news. That's a show.
Exactly.
That's a good. We used to have Good Morning America.
And half of it's bullshit. What they're saying.
Yeah, so you just have Good Morning America shows. You don't have real. You don't have any critical. I don't know, their own personal opinions.
Yeah, no.
Because I used to.
And they have to follow a format, whatever the station is.
Anymore.
I'm paying you this much. You got to do that. Listen, I was in the talks with someone from Manscaped, and they were going to pay me not millions, but I could have probably brought the other 3 with me, and we all could have got paid pretty nicely. Once a week show, 10 tweets, mention them before, the middle, and after the show. I go, this is great. I'm going to get my first Manscaped, first sponsor, because I tweeted my friend Natalie Cuomo.
Yeah.
And she's got 25,000 followers on Twitter, so someone's seen it. So they send me a fucking 7-page, like you were talking about. You got all these steps. I go, what the fuck is this? Let me tell you something. I got no time. I fucking threw it out. I said, fuck them. I'm not going to do that. So I get another email from their marketing, VP of marketing. He goes, just a heads up. I go, where were you? I go, I'm not going to be your bitch. I'm not my own bitch. I'm not going to start with yours. He goes, well, what do you mean? I go, there was more stipulations in that. What was it? Where are we? What is? I'm not buying a house. And he goes, well, what you can and can't say. I go, dude. I go, well.
That's why I'm not. Right, we're back here now.
And that's why we're not getting funding.
And that's why Peter and I are here, because we keep getting fired. Or not compromising.
Yeah, no one wants to give me money.
But
I'm an evil person because I say cunt and cock.
Well, no. Well, yeah. And I want to talk about, like, abuse. We want to talk about rape. We want to talk about everything, actually.
Yeah, whatever pops up, but
they don't have
just because we talk about bad things don't mean we condone them. You know what? Shit happens,
They want to stop these platforms because TED Talks has made it a proven point that you need 10 minutes.
Well, radio's done. I mean,
but you need 10 or 20 minutes to get a full critical thought of conversation.
Oh, sure.
That's why they want the mindless TikTok.
I know.
They're training people's brains to not really have the
short spans. They're like fucking gnats. Everyone's got the mind span of a gnat. In 2 seconds, it's in and out. And that's why those little, even YouTube's doing it now. They have the shorts. That could work out for people like us because a little promotion, that's cool. But people are like, I mean, like.
But look, put it this way: they always ban the first thing always banned is my lives, and I can't speak right now. My reels are in full circulation, and all of my photos. Like you'll still keep seeing them pop up. They told me it's not restricted. I can't comment.
That's what it says too.
I can't comment and I can't go live.
Yeah, you can't share certain things. It was saying.
No,
you can always talk through the messenger though, right? Even when we're able to do that.
Messenger locks you out sometimes.
Oh, does it? I guess how bad the offense was.
No, they can report.
I
started to send dick pics back to guys. That would send.
I remember you were saying.
And then they reported.
That's fucking crazy.
Too. No, but then he reported.
I've never thought to do that.
No, and I make sure it's a bigger dick.
I've never been asked for one either.
A dick with more potential.
Yeah.
So if he sends me a dick pic, then I send him a better dick pic.
Yeah. Like, that's adorable. Here's a real dick.
Or
send him Shaq's foot.
Or I'll check to see if he's married or has a girlfriend. That's really good. And then I say things like, "Do you want me to send it to her?"
I'm not gonna lie. Some of the comments, people, I don't judge people, but some people that leave comments on your things, there's some freakazoids on your things.
I attract them all.
Like there's this one guy on there. I'm like, he would definitely kidnap her and kill her. And even your friend Sam, he's always leaving this shit on the thing. I'm like, this guy will definitely, with the chance, he will kidnap her and kill her.
One day we got.
I hope he doesn't know where she lives.
I'm gonna show him after this. I'm gonna show him some of my DMs because Sam wants me to.
I could imagine. Yeah, you gotta read them. That'd be awesome.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah, you can read them out. Well, I'm the guy. I'll read them out with my voice.
We're gonna do it. We're doing it.
People are fucking weird. No, but there's this one guy in particular I look like. I hope he never like. I mean, he just has that look like. Like he's in love with you. He doesn't know you, but like he's one of those. Like you could be a fan, but he's like very. Who was the woman that got shot at her doorstep all those years ago?
I know you're talking about those.
Yeah, remember the weirdo shot her, Linda Schaefer or some shit.
But see, this I have a philosophy why men are reacting the way they do, and I told this to Sam because no one is speaking to them in critical conversation. They're not answering his questions, and a lot of men that other women wouldn't give the time of day to. They don't talk to them.
Yeah.
And then they're always complaining. Oh, attractive women never talk to me. So now I want to talk to you. I want to ask you questions. I want to know why you do the things you do, or I have questions. And then they get like I think they were so starved to have a woman in a position where you can talk and you can like express emotion. Right. They tell me about their abuse. They tell me about how they like ex-wife dumped them and everything. So then they get bonded. It's almost
men
like
are becoming
trauma bonding.
Real men. I'm not to change too much, but
no.
I have friends that are girls. Maybe it's because I've been a single for a long time, but there's a few friends that are girls in my life that I consider really good friends.
Right.
And one of them, talking to, bullshitting, and saying, how's life, this and that. And you can tell when someone's, I don't know, maybe just me, but when people are posting certain things and this and that and whatever it is they're posting, you can tell, like, I wonder what's wrong because she doesn't do shit like that.
Right.
So one day we're talking, I hit her up, blah, blah, what's going on? She goes, looking for another job. I go, send me a resume. So what she does, I say I can send it to my office. And I go, workaholic, huh? So she goes, now this girl's married.
Right.
I know a long time. She's one of the first people I met when I went to Staten Island.
Okay.
And she goes, "Oh, someone's got to pay the bills," and that's not my business. But she's my friend,
right?
So I go, "Oh, what happened? Is everything all right with your husband?" She goes, "Yeah, I guess because COVID happened, and he was one of those people that didn't. I guess wherever he works, I don't know what he does, but he hasn't worked because of that. He want to get the shot. Hey, to each his own. That's his business, but." It's really not only a business. All right, they don't have kids yet, but you're still a husband and wife, do things together. And now she's gonna have to work 2 jobs because you don't want to get. I know people who did leave. Listen, that's your right to do, but.
Yes.
And I'm like a lot of men out there. I'm not trying to jump on your shit, but I know men, and I grew up around them, and I don't know a lot of good, like my brothers in my life, my brother-in-law, like you said, my circle's small. The people here on the podcast, that's who's in my life.
I'm dying to hear what you're gonna say.
But I forgot what I was gonna say.
No, tell me what you know.
Fuck.
No, you were saying that.
Where was I going?
You were saying that now men are not.
Oh, I know a lot of men.
They like their women.
Well, not even that, but I know a lot of men like who have wives and girlfriends. They're not good. All right.
Providers?
They're good providers, but they're not good people. Like men I worked with these people a long time. I'm in construction. And not all of them, but a lot of men I work with, I could never be the guy if I'm married. I'm not married,
right.
Obviously. I can never be that guy content with, it's a 1990 sitcom, like, a couple guys, my life sucked, my wife, this. First of all, why are you talking about your wife at work? But that's all I hear. And I know these guys,
complaints?
But they're not that great either. So I don't know their wives. So I'm like, yeah, but dude, you're horrible at your job. You come fucking, maybe that's why your wife doesn't, you know what I mean? But they're just like my friend, I almost said her name. My friend right now is going through a thing with her husband. When she met him, I thought right away, like, oh, what the fuck's she doing with this guy? It's not my place, though.
Right.
But now it's like, she's a friend, so I'm concerned. And I don't think you get married, you're in it together, you know what I mean? And now it's, it was a birthday a couple days ago, and you see people posting, like, you can let a lot of shit on social media, and people with a brain can figure out, like, I guess she's, getting divorced, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of men and friends in relationships, and most of them, I mean, the men don't impress me, like the shit people say. One guy comes over to me in one of my supers one day, and he's like, look at that, bro, look at that. The guy's a complete fuck. How this guy is still alive is beyond me. So the guy I work with, he goes, oh, what the hell is that, bro? It was showing him a pair of boobs, full out. He goes, I guess it was his wife. He goes, I don't want to see your fucking wife. And he's coming over to me, and I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I guess they swing. So they were in AC, and there's 3 women in the elevator, and he got the picture. It's all boobs. I'm like, all right, chill out, bro. I don't give a shit about that. I don't want to see her. I go, would your wife, what if she knew you did that, what would she say? She's like, oh, she divorced me. I go, so that's where she draws the line, like use a swing and have an orgy. He goes, yeah, but she doesn't think everyone knows. The whole company knows they swing. Supposedly he swung with the old president of my company. Supposedly. Yeah, some couple guys that work with me listen to the podcast, and I talk about everything. I talked about how the president that's in charge of my company now is a nice guy, but he's not that good at his job, But I'm just saying. But people are like, oh, who are you talking? You know what I mean? I'm like, no, I'm talking about the president of the country.
I'm gonna ask my lover if he shows my pictures. I'm gonna ask.
See, honestly,
because I think he did tell me once one of his guys said they wanted to see.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure this guy's
he was like, no.
Yeah, no, you can't do
what
that.
What if he did, though?
Yeah, well, you gotta be careful. I mean, listen, if you're gonna do it, you gotta be prepared to, hey, this fucking idiot might show someone. But now you can't push it on social media.
I'll leave my own news. Fuck that.
Well, you're not uptight like some people,
Well, the way I look at it is like, because to me, like that, like everyone's acts like it's a crime. It's just nudity. Yeah, it's not like when it's all the hiding.
If we were in Africa, that's all they'd be saying. Maybe we should do our show from Africa.
We will.
On the Sahara.
Maybe we will.
Yeah.
And another thing is too is like you were saying with the we also need here we have a lack of leaders. Like everyone always says we need sensitivity training. We don't need any more sensitivity training.
No, there's too many sensitive people.
That's what they keep doing now. Even on TikTok now, they're like all of them now. Now these were advocates and like professionals talking about literally talking on TikTok, and now they can't even say the word porn. They have to put corn.
It's ridiculous.
They can't say murder. They got to say murder.
It is so ridiculous.
I can't say bitch. I got to say itch.
Listen, I'll never do that, and if that comes to it, I'll just never do it on the podcast.
Do you think everyone is a moron?
I think there's a lot of Mormons out
there.
No,
like they no, but when they censor it down like that, they assume that everyone's a Mormon. Why can't we just have a platform?
Imagine
and you said 18 plus. Yeah. What's the 18 plus for? My pages are all 18
That's what
plus.
I do on my Anchor.
So what is the
problem? It's explicit, 18 plus, blah blah. Fuck else you want me to do?
Oh, and hear me out. That's another thing. Another meta evil that we can't allow to happen is because you got to spread. All creators should be spreading their platforms out because now. For example, Meta, if they not only the censorship of shutting you down.
He's such an idiot, that kid Zuckerberg. Oh, if I ever see him, he's in trouble. Him and that stupid looking wife is.
They got some weird thing going on.
Oh my god, yeah, definitely. Let me tell you something.
They live on like this weird island.
I'm not trying to be a certain way, but I don't have a 0.00001 of that guy's money. But she's probably a nice woman. Maybe she bakes.
She's a boxer, right? She's not even like fun.
Maybe she does the laundry in that house. Amazing. I don't know what the case is, but she is one of the ugliest people I've ever seen. And I don't want to be mean and say he's a freak because he's with an ugly girl. There's just people. Yeah. That's just not my taste. So maybe that's his taste.
No, but
maybe that's his J-Lo.
No, but they are ugly. Like
they're aliens. Boy. My brother swears they're aliens.
Do you remember?
Because they're fucking aliens.
I watched the movie 16 Candles when I was a little older.
Yeah, big hit. That's just the last
I just loved when I was a little.
I liked it too. I love all the old rom-coms.
And I remember when the guy when he was asking about her, he was like, "She's not ugly." He goes, "She's just void." Yeah. It's just like
a great movie.
Nothing there. When, he's like she's pretty. She's just.
Yeah.
Like that. His wife is an average.
She's just
below average.
She looks like she should be working at the takeout.
They have zero sexuality.
Oh, they definitely don't have sex.
Well, hold on. And I think that bitch. I'm gonna put this on it. I think that bitch is telling them shut all the girls down.
Well,
there's no sexuality. I reread the terms of agreement that they also told me that they took down, if you'll see, I only have one left, any of my sweatpants posts. They removed them.
Yeah, what is that about?
They removed them because they told me that they could see the outline of the penis.
Yeah, you told me about
in
that.
the pants. So I had a couple of them, and they removed them. But hear me out.
Yeah,
my reel of me being sexy, looking at a man's penis without showing the man's penis, that's allowed through. You see, the sexualization of me.
To me, that's not that funny, though. It's funny when you show the actual people are fucking retarded.
So I can't show the funny thing I'm looking at, but I can be sexually looking at it.
Yeah.
Which is more lusting anyway. The man's more lusting looking at the man's penis.
About gray sweatpants, could you imagine?
Right, because showing the guy's pants, right, that's funny. Yeah. If I'm going like, then that's being over. That they allow through. My excitement or my arousal mimicking, that can go through. That the man can't, that the actual thing I'm laughing at can't go through.
That's great.
It's so insane. And what the censorship does is, there's no rules. Like I reread the rules 100 times. I was always posting gray sweatpants thing. It was my thing. Yeah. And I thought it was fine. They let my reel go to 200,000. So I figured we're safe with this sweatpant thing. No, not. It's the way they. How do I say it? Facebook has no rules. They just keep telling me now. Pictures. That's what they want. Facebook wants.
I get restricted all the time now for something.
Or contemplation videos that I could stab myself in the head. Where you're watching somebody make a cake. You know, you're just watching them.
Oh, for 20 minutes?
Yeah, or she's like...
What are those videos about? I want to kill all of those people.
Because it's something...
And people are still like...
Yeah, that's what no, it's dumb and everybody thinks.
And then you see people I can't believe I'm still watching. Just don't. Scroll down. You don't have to keep watching. But
it's like Black Mirror.
Yeah.
And then they just sit there with the channel.
They're like, ready? Ready? We're going to open it. Ready? I want to hunt them down and kill their whole fucking bloodline when I see them.
And the only way that I broke through, and believe me, it was fucking hard. And my last live, and I'm super proud of that, it was 100 people, and they stayed, and 50 of them stayed.
I still were never
able
to log
for an hour. I cannot believe they stayed an hour. I could not believe that 20 people, at least that there was a solid 20 that stayed the whole hour. And I asked why, and 2 of them couldn't stand me. They were heckling me the whole time. But at the end, when we found out why, and we hung in there, because they said they want anybody who got past 5 minutes, then we're doing now, then they got engrossed. Then you become part of it. You all start bantering back.
Yeah.
And I asked why they got in. Of course, it's because of visual, because you're just radically shaking them up. Why is this strict talking?
Yeah.
But then the second thing is they said because they were finally allowed to say something. They said every other platform, every other live, every other thing that they hop on, they can't just speak freely.
You know, they're so stupid too because if the Facebook Live is very convenient. And if they weren't so fucking cunty about everything, a lot more people would just be going to Facebook Live. Because when you were doing it, I told the boys, I'm like, she's doing Facebook Live. Boom, live. What are you going to do? And then in the background, like, well, we're doing, you record that if you want it for the Anchor and Spotify people. But everyone's got Facebook. And you'll get more views. It's you have to make, it's got to be easy for these simpletons to do. They want to, oh, I got to go your podcast on Anchor. I got to download Anchor. Yeah, you dumb fuck. You can't download something for 2 seconds. You're looking at fucking porn all night.
And that's what they're relying on.
Things are too simplified. That's why people are simpletons.
So we're going to have to change that. Yeah. Because
like, focus. Focus, stupid. That's how I'm going to show up to start every show. Focus, stupid. This is.
We should say that.
Oh, I will.
Just be like, guys, no, I'm going to go like this. Like, let's get into the visual for a minute so I can keep you going. Yeah. So we get to the past. Yeah,
you pull your shirt down. I'll come out. Right. Focus.
We got to do what we got to do. I tried the other way.
That's it.
It doesn't work.
I mean, it's crazy.
But another thing is that they did tell me also they're trying to shove everything underground. Now he's trying to take over OnlyFans too.
Who? Zuckerberg?
Yes, because they sent me saying that I can do private. I can't go live, but I can do private paid events.
You can't go live on OnlyFans, right?
No. You can.
Oh, you can.
But Zuckerberg said even though I'm shut down.
He'll probably offer them $5 billion.
He sent me. He goes, you can go live in private events, so I can go through Messenger and say, do you want to go a private event? Private paid event. So you're basically telling me to do an OnlyFans on Facebook.
Yeah, right.
Then why wouldn't I go to OnlyFans?
I hope he doesn't buy it. I hate him. He's such a dickhead, that kid.
But I know. But see, that's but maybe we'll say that for another show. But I do want to get into more of the OnlyFans because I'm getting so.
Yeah. So I mean, I know two of my friends are on it. They do. So one of them does really crazy shit, and the other one's more. More soft, but I'm
bashing every girl that's doing OnlyFans.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why, it's bad out there?
No, they go on and on about shaming every single woman.
Good fucking money.
No, and they are so offended that they literally, first of all...
I think that's a little jealousy.
Only 1% of... all these men think that we're making millions of dollars on OnlyFans, all these women. First of all, they're not. Or they think, or they're confusing they're confusing the girls on Instagram that they're dating with OnlyFans girls. The only girls on OnlyFans that are making love top money are 1%.
Yeah, right.
Or they have a name.
Or they got a little clout. Yeah, sure.
She's farting in jars. She's doing something.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So unless you right.
One of my friends said she get asked for feet pics. That's it.
Yeah.
And she does. She used to be, and she was on a TV show years ago, and she said they love the feet pics. I go, really? I go, what do they do? She goes, I just sent them $20. I go, what do they do with that? I don't know what if they're I couldn't see myself getting crazy to a pair of
I don't get
it picture too. Like, what are you? Listen, there's some sick people out there. I'm telling you,
that's fetish.
You would probably get a lot of those requests.
I do. I get them. I tell them make me an offer.
Yeah.
No, really.
$1,000 a foot. Listen. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was a girl, or if there was a way for guys, if I was a woman, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You better believe I'm on OnlyFans. Why not? I need extra income. I'd jump on that shit real quick.
I don't believe that because I believe that every man would.
If I was a girl, I'd go like, quit my job.
I said somebody offered me $100 to show my feet. He goes, I would do it for 10.
Yeah.
He goes, actually, I do it for 2.
100. I'd be like, I'll show you more.
I'll show you everything.
I'll show you everyone else in my family's feet.
No, we're horrible shamed. It's all over the internet. Endless memes. I don't know how you don't see it.
I don't see a lot of it.
Constantly,
but I'm gonna look.
Every girl's a skank. All these get a real job. Why they do nothing?
Prostitution. Not that that's what that is, but prostitution is the oldest
but it is
profession.
Yeah.
I guess, but it's clean, right? I mean, no one's getting hurt. No one's. The girl's not in danger. She's not meeting unless some people do.
That's the problem. No. The problem is she's cutting out the.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
that's the problem. So then she's the whore now.
Yeah.
I can model for Playboy, and then my boyfriend would say, "Oh my God, my girl's a Playboy model. Yeah. She's fucking Playboy."
But would never say she's
I take my shirt off on OnlyFans. No, I'm a whore. Yeah. That's solicitous.
I tell people if I had a girl who's in OnlyFans, I'd be like, my girl's an OnlyFans model, bro.
And only guys
get your own.
Any guy that's bitching about being against an OnlyFans girl, she don't want you. She's not. No, she's never gonna date you. That's never gonna happen. It's always the ugly creepers. It's never hot guys. They never say anything. I've never had a person better looking than me ever insult me.
It's true.
And guys too.
Ugly people get mad. Ugly people are mad.
Or
they're very miserable, ugly people.
No, or ego.
Yeah.
Where ego is crushed.
Well, some people, there is still some people out there, like even men, as far as men go, there's some men out there that still feel the woman is beneath them and it should be 1940. And just like there's some people who are still racist out there. There's some fucking idiots out there that, like, if I ever do get married, I'm not going to expect, hey, I'm on my way home, make sure the dinner's on the table. But there is people out there that fucking think like that. So that's why some women are like.
A lot of men think like that.
Listen, like I said, I know married men and they're dicks. I know men that are married and they're assholes.
Well,
I'm like, hey, you treat your wife like that? I'm not trying to sound like a cornball, but like, yeah, that's what you say to your wife. Oh yeah, when I get home, if my dinner's on the table, I'm like, really? I go, and to me, I think that woman's an idiot because I have daughters, I have my sisters. My sisters, forget it, they would never. Their husbands ever said that.
Well, why do you think men? Then a woman they cheat on with is the nanny and the maid.
Yeah.
Because it's not her, and they'll say, oh, she was married to a model. Why did
right.
Because it's the role they serve them. Yeah. They want someone to clean and take care of them. Wild. You have a domestic slave. When you get married, you have somebody that has you have a decade of free child care. Right? Yeah. You have somebody that you have like a hooker in the house. She can have sex with you, and only up until 1979 was you could rape your wife.
I know.
So
I'm fucking crazy.
You could do whatever you want.
I know.
So and then she was held down with all the money and the finances so she couldn't leave.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, that's why they're bitching.
Yeah.
Why did marriages last? We couldn't leave.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
That's true.
That's
different
the
time.
Only
Absolutely.
Reason. Do you know
there was less opportunities.
Do you know why women had vanities? And like even in the
to make sure they look good for their husbands when they go home.
That too, but they all had powder because they would get beat and smacked around, and then when you got smacked around, you had to put them. You had to cake up the makeup. It was very known that even the good man had to smack his wife around a little bit every once in a while because at that time we were so oppressed that eventually you would go into female hysteria.
That's wild, huh?
Yeah,
imagine living
not even 100 years ago, your man could lock you in an institution for they would call it women's problems. Because when we would start getting crazy about all this.
Yeah, I think I read an article about that.
Well, I did a whole entire
I think I read an article about that.
Yeah. Female hysteria.
Yeah, I read an article about that.
Because men have never been oppressed, especially white men.
That's true. Men. That's true.
Just white men. Yeah. And then they always think then that's what it is. And then so they can't understand. Like you're so privileged that you can't even see.
Yeah.
Around it, and they're like, "Oh, that happens."
Some people are just so close-minded they don't look at the bigger picture. They don't see what's out there. Like someone who, like, they take the cop who grew up in Long
Island. Until it happens to you. Like
right.
Men usually don't until you have a daughter.
Yeah.
Or you get married, and then Sam put something really good up the other day at the bottom, and she goes, "Imagine being one of these guys that like had to have a daughter to realize a woman's a human being."
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, some do, I guess, because some people are just, some people, I guess, ain't taught. I never had to be taught to treat someone the right way. Listen, like I said, I know a lot of
guys like her.
There's a lot. Quite frankly, I get along better with women. I grew up around women. I have two sisters. I was waiting for my brother to come for 10 years. I was going to kill my sisters. My niece lives with me now. There's a lot of women in my family. There's more women than men. We're surrounded. I'm growing a vagina as we speak. But there's a lot of women in my family. But even seeing how my father was with my mother, I guess that's how I learned. You treat women a certain way, which was never, my mother, if anything, would be, screaming at my father when we were younger. But I never seen it. If I ever did see it, I had friends who used to tell me their fathers, I can't go home. My father's going to be so mad. He's going to start hitting my mom. And these friends I've had that grew up to be well-adjusted individuals, then you have some people who grow up thinking that is okay. I think it's just your psyche, and some people are with it and some people ain't. And some people don't change no matter what. Like, we still have people that are still racist. We still have people who think women are fucking second-class citizens, sit in the back of the car. And you know what I mean? There's still some people.
Now, here's another friend I have that I talked to, and we're actually in a fight now. He actually just posted on his that we were arguing because the same argument is men always make to me. We can never be equal to you because of the stronger thing. And I keep going on and on about it is not equal. We are equal. We're not the same. We are equal value. Right. We are not the same. Men are stronger. It's on a whole.
It's DNA.
It's the way it goes. Just like we have the babies. That's it. Right. It's just the way it is. But men think that misogynist or that. Well, not misogynist. Sexist. Not everybody's misogynist. Misogynist hates us.
Yeah, right.
I can be sexist. You're sexist.
Right.
X is sexist. I know I can be that way. But misogyny, that's hatred. But it can turn into, it can turn into that.
Sure.
But that's what basically it is. They just don't, I don't say it. They just don't value the roles that don't serve them. And you know what, I can even say this to men, even like childcare. I had a guy friend who recently said, my work is going to always work. And I said, oh yeah? I said, well, what happens when you have children? And he's going the opposite, right? He's going this whole new route, like, she ain't getting no free ride from me, no stay-at-home bitch for me. Right? He's going the opposite of that, right? So I said, okay. So when you have the babies, who's gonna stay home with the kids? And he goes, she's gonna go to work. We're gonna get a sitter. We're gonna have childcare. He said, well, that's very expensive. What do you think? How you gonna? That's why most women stay home. It's because it's not money cost effective to stay home. So then he goes, no, it's cheap. We're gonna get cheap care. And he goes, so she asked him. I asked him, what do you think watching a child is worth? And he said I don't know, $5-6 an hour. So to raise a child is below minimum wage. It's not even. That's what we're valued as. So
he said that to you.
Many men have said it. They don't value housework. I have another friend who told me he was complaining about his boss's wife, and I said, what is she, he goes, oh, she's always home with those kids. It's annoying when I have to go over there. And I go, well, she's a stay-at-home mom, and she's got toddlers, and he goes, she doesn't do shit all day. She doesn't have a job. She doesn't work. So they think because you're not working outside the home that they still do. It's just not valued the same. It's just not. It's just not. And until that shifts, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, that's crazy, because if you actually if you pay a caretaker, you got to pay them a lot of, like, a
that's why women stay home.
So
and then I lose 10 years of my career.
Right, exactly.
And then I use 10, and now I have to enter workforce in my 40s.
Right, make it even harder.
Where I haven't worked in 10 years. Okay, now granted, I'm a hobbyist and I'm doing 1,000 things, so I'm self-educated, but most women are not. His life has not changed pretty much at all.
Right.
And now I'm supposed to go back. Now most of them at this point overweight. They have no skills. Yeah. And then she's gonna work part-time for $300 a week, and then give the whole $300 to childcare.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
and then they go, she could be a doctor, and I'm like, can she? Yeah, she can. So the only solution to this is, like I said, either one of the couple, don't care who, stays home completely and you raise a kid like a normal person, or you split everything equal.
Yeah, right.
That means like you 50-50.
Yeah, right.
We'll get there. Yeah. But I think we should end it with this. This thought. We're going to probably talk about it, but there is a way to unite alphas non-sexually all the time in hobbies. For example, I just said that a lot of men don't value a role that doesn't serve them. If I'm not your wife, I'm not your girlfriend, I'm not your personal friend, and you don't deem me respectful worthy, I'm nothing to you, right? But hobbies and activities bring us together. Or work projects, that's what we're doing together, brings us together. So what I mean is, what podcasts and talk shows are the only thing that we can both do strong differences and stay in our complete gender roles. Yeah. I don't want to do your hobbies. That's just another myth. Why do women, right? Why when I date you, I gotta go. You notice this in men and women.
Yeah, you don't have to play softball.
Why do we all have to go do the guy hobbies? Like, no, it just seems like, no, now I'm a hunter. Now he wants me to go on his boat. No, they do. One guy asked me, he's dying for me to shoot guns.
Well,
he's an avid
I mean, if he wants you to do it, but that doesn't mean you have to take
hobbyist.
We're going to sit in trees.
You know this is true.
Hey, you want to go sit in a tree on the weekend?
That's why I ski.
Yeah, but you just need your own thing too.
No, but that's why I ski beta bitches. No, they do it to just win the men's.
I don't like that either. I like a very
those fake girls that are like, I love hunting.
Yeah.
I love.
Oh my god, I did that with my uncle when I was a kid.
No, and then they become it.
Just to appease you, like I'll do whatever you say.
Well, the hunter guy that I didn't go for, kept asking me if I.
What was he, the deer hunter?
Oh, he's really hot too.
Oh yeah, Hunter's a hunky Pete.
Wait, now he's super alpha.
Yeah, that's a real man. He'll feed you. He'll cut a deer.
Those guys, because
a couple of my guys do hunted big.
But we don't get along. Because it's now the problem.
Because they want you to throw on.
No, because I'm only physically attracted. Then I want them to shut up.
Yeah. Like, fuck you and your gun, just take your clothes off, asshole.
I just like wear your little outfit. That was totally
We'll go in the woods, but we ain't hunting.
Yeah. So, and then I stick true. And then it's like, then that's when I get the reputation of a bitch. Like, I remember I was at a football game, I was like, I got dragged. Dragged. I did not want to go. And this was before my husband, and he was like, the guy was like, oh, you don't like? I said, I told you I hate sports.
Yeah. If a girl don't like sports, don't even try.
He was just like, you'll like them. Men try. You'll like horseback riding. You'll like ice skating.
Horseback
you'll
riding.
Like it. I don't like it.
You like your ass being sore for 3 weeks? Come horseback riding.
It's so arrogant. Here we go. You guys don't realize. If I tell you right now, I make pottery. Do you want to go do that?
I would do it. Just gotta smoke a bowl.
Yeah,
I'll make I'll have it look like one of the Game of Thrones dragons.
But unfortunately,
I was seeing the movie Ghost. I love pottery. I wanted to be Patrick Swayze.
I like these cavemen, and and true alpha men. No, you know.
So you've asked a man before that you're into, like, it's give and take. If he's
he
would say, "Fuck your pot."
Movie.
Yeah, I love a good rom-com.
Because I told him I wanted.
Like, throw on The Notebook. Let's go.
I said no. I told him I wanted to watch An Affair to Remember because it's kind of like the situation room. We have to clear up our situations and then meet.
Okay.
And because it's a long distance thing. So then I was like, oh, we gotta watch this. He was like, he goes, I don't watch that. It's like, but you're gonna watch it for me. He goes,
see, that's crazy.
Because super alpha guys sometimes think it's like wimpy to do anything.
Yeah, but that's not super alpha. That's subconsciously something wrong with someone's brain.
No, but some men are in their super gender role, and some are female too. But what I'm trying to bring up is that we can stay in traumatizing games where you guys
women like a guy
you go do your hunting.
We'll
stay we can stay separate. We don't
do your hunting, come back, break my back, and we'll have some brownies.
Yes, we'll do it in the middle.
Yeah,
maybe I'll go hiking while you're
slap me with your gun.
I just don't understand I have to enter your sports and your
I don't. I mean, if a woman was to ask, I'm
wealthy men are famous for this. They interviewed.
Wealthy men are fucking.
I had interviewed. They interviewed me. They interview.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, so it's like a book. They go like this.
Well, they're freaks.
They go like this. They're like, okay, so you can do your available weekends.
Can you do splits?
You can do parties. You're host events.
Yeah.
They want a whole list. And then you got to be able to go away twice a year. It's like a negotiation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're joining the Illuminati.
Yeah. Will you do this?
Can you drink my blood, please?
You have to see this many times. But here, it's like the way we work out prenups. I have a girlfriend. It was negotiated everything down to the kids.
Yeah.
She has one kid. She gets $500,000. She gets 2 kids. She gets $2 million.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Okay. Donald Trump did the same. He wouldn't join. That's why all of them have 1 kid.
Oh, what is
that?
Yeah,
in the prenup.
Who was his first wife?
They were going to get no money.
Oh, he has one.
Marla Maples. Then he has Vanna.
Okay.
And he has this new one.
Oh shit! So he had one for each. Oh shit!
And no, because each one of them had the prenup that you get nothing if you don't have a kid. That girl got pregnant yesterday.
She was like, I've been pregnant.
Boom.
He was like, it wasn't me. He's like, well, you didn't say you had a baby.
And I think the last 2, Marlon Maples and his wife.
I remember, because she was in wrestling.
Didn't even want that many children, but they were like, we're gonna have that baby.
Listen, I don't blame.
Now there's where the rich guys, they put a monetary value.
Oh, even on their kids.
On motherhood.
I know a rich guy with their kids. They do it with their kids too. 30, you'll get this much if you have a degree. I mean, listen, I get it. But, you want to teach your kids, but kids on a contract, like his kids are on a contract.
You want to get the government involved? It's a business deal.
Yeah.
It's a business
deal. It's like, if you don't, the daughters, if you don't, you wait till you're 40 to get married, enjoy your life. I'll do this, I'll do that for you. Wait to have kids. And one of the guys we work with was telling me, I go, really?
That's why we need to be equal.
I look at women equal. I know a lot of people don't. I know some women. Listen, like I said, I know some women.
Just think of equal value. I'm not equal. We aren't equal right now in the world in any way. We only own 1% of all the land. We're still 1% of the entire world.
The world
land.
It's probably not even an American woman either, right?
No, we have the most. No, New York actually has 4.5. The New York is the highest amount of land owners of women in
oh, really?
New York City.
I wouldn't have thought that.
We're the 1%ers.
I guess we are.
Yeah, you got Barbara Cocker. You got all those chicks. They all live in the city.
Helmsley was a big real estate chick.
And we're at 4.5% of all the property is owned by women.
That's a pretty decent number.
It is, for
sure.
That's only New York.
20 years, that'll be up to 10.
Globally, we're 1%.
Yeah.
And the saddest part is, of the 1%, which is sad, half of that 1%, we inherited it from our dead husband.
Well, what do you think about the Bezos ex-wife? Did you see what she's doing? She's giving it all away. That's a beautiful thing, no? She's giving it to people who need it. I was like, wow.
Totally.
I mean, listen. It's true. What do you need all that money for? What'd she get? Fucking $170 billion or something like that?
Once you've done like so many lifetimes.
That's it. And she said, I'm giving away 90% of my money. I said, well, that's cool. He's probably like, this fucking bitch. No. But he don't need that fucking money either. Fuck him too. Fucking Jeff Bezos.
I think it was the Post. The Post, and Dennis O'Leary was on, and he said, and he had it. It was 85. Every billionaire right now, if they added it up, there was like 85 billionaires worth the same amount of money of all world's poverty.
Yeah.
So if we only need a
Isn't that crazy? You're right too on that number.
So we're going to do this. We're going to call up those contacts on Staten Island, and we're going to have them give back. Because I'm even going to call that Kim Kardashian's boyfriend. I keep calling him because they got.
Are you?
Well,
I actually know someone who knows. I know someone who knows his agent.
We're Staten Island.
But it's not a good. Yeah, but listen, bro.
He's supposed to be like, because they're torn on him.
He went mental recently.
Yeah, but they're torn. Right, they're torn about him.
I mean, yeah.
Like, if he needs good PR, that's how you do it. People are mad at him because he didn't give back to Staten Island. If anything,
but why should he? Who gives a fuck?
Because he lives here.
That's true.
It's your community.
What do you mean give back? What was he supposed to do?
You still live here. You make jokes on it. You come in here and book up all the spots.
They bought the ferry. Yeah, King of Staten Island. So you're right.
You want to exploit us?
Which whoever's seen that movie, block
Staten Island gets us rich. We're not going to give back to our community.
Listen, I'm not one of those people who I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from both. I'm from Brooklyn and Staten Island. I've had two very different lives from Brooklyn and Staten Island, and I live in Staten Island. I love Staten Island.
Right, it's like what we make.
It's actually been, as far as like our restaurant, they fixed them all up. They're putting a lot of money. That's South Shore, the fucking food and restaurants.
Well, the economic corp wants it all over.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. But when I first moved here, I heard people say, "I'm from Brooklyn." Yeah, but now you're from Staten Island. I live in Staten Island. But I'm not one of those people. Fuck Staten Island. Like I have a lot of great fucking memories. I learned a lot of shit out of it. I've done things on this island that I can't even say because we'll go to jail. But you live and you learn. And I learned Brooklyn and Staten Island are my homes. I've been on Staten Island. I'm 41 now since I'm 15. So.
But we don't
Staten
have.
Island's my home.
But Staten Island does have a huge drug problem.
The only positive person we have here is Method Man. Method Man's the only guy for Staten Island.
That's what
Wu-Tang is they keep us alive. Method Man's always repping Staten Island.
No, and I'm sick of the mob wives, to tell you the truth.
Please, so it's
no, I like all you girls. Like I'm just saying.
I know Marissa a little bit. She dated a friend of mine.
But
she's sweet.
I don't. It's not personal. I'm just talking about like that's the only thing that keeps depicting us. Like,
if I want to watch that show, I'll go to my mother's on a Sunday.
Yeah, I'll watch it, but it shouldn't be the voice of Staten Island.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. Yeah, you're right.
People everywhere I go,
that should have been called. The Mob Wives should have took place in Brooklyn, not Staten Island, because they made them real Brooklyny. But then again, they also said during criticism, everyone from Brooklyn moved to Staten Island. And what's her name was a sweetheart. I don't know if you ever met her, Big Ann. She was
loved her.
And that was crazy.
She was my favorite.
She got killed.
Of course, the one I love.
Yeah, I know.
But she was the best one.
But she was sweet. I met her a couple times, and she knew a friend of mine who's in the business. And, there's a couple famous people.
We have to goof. I got to goof on Staten Island because I can, because I was born and raised, so I have a big mouth. And it's a scary place though when I'm considered sometimes ladylike. You know I am because Staten Island there are some truck driver mouths.
Oh shit!
Oh my god! And the young girls, I'm gonna call my age on this.
Yeah, my sisters.
There was this most gorgeous little thing. This is Staten Island girl. She was so pretty. She looked like a little Barbie. Oh. She had little bows in her hair. And she had this bright lipstick on. And she turns around. And she's got her Starbucks with the two pink drinks that match her pink outfit. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my god, I wanted to take a picture of for a blog. And then her friend was getting the door. She goes, hold the fucking door. And I was like, oh my god. The way she spoke with her little look, it was like this little angelic doll. And then she just is like, shut the fuck up. That's Staten Island.
What the fuck, yo?
Gangsta Bobby.
Yeah, bro, come on, bro.
Bro,
what the fuck, bro?
And I'm gonna I think that is one of the biggest turnoffs that when you say that, bro.
Bro, hey,
guys, bro. No, well, my friends will say it though. So.
What, to you? They call you bro?
No, my girlfriend just says bro to everybody.
Oh, does
Sam
she?
says bro to everybody.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, she loves to mess with guys too. Anyway.
What's up, bro?
But that's what we're going to try here. So we're going to, one hook by crook, and we're going to call him. What is his name? Why do I keep calling his name?
Who?
The Kim Kardashian.
Pete.
Pete.
Yeah, his name's like one. There's a lot of Pete's on
What's his last name? Pete.
Oh, shit.
Davidson?
Yeah, there you go.
Pete Davidson's getting
like a
the
baseball player's name.
Because that's one thing we have to do.
Get that motherfucker, and we'll interview him and tell him.
So Pete, this message is for you. We're gonna send it to you.
Tell him we'll introduce you to an actual funny Pete. No, I think he's funny, but I told you I've seen his roast.
And I just
phenomenal.
I think you're super funny, and you have a big dick.
And she's bigging up for you. She's telling everyone you got a big dick, and I disagree.
Because I know it is.
I think it's his charm.
I'm right.
If he comes in here, we'll measure, but you can't.
And he's funny.
You can't look, my friend.
So you're gonna help us because we're annoying and
he's. I think because he's likable.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, here's what you got. She thinks you have a big penis. I don't. That's why you're here. But I would love to interview him but I will never have anyone come on or talk to anyone who's gonna give us. Here's what we can and can't talk about. You could ask me anything. I'm going to ask you this. No, this is off limits. You're not fucking.
That's the one.
You're not Brad Pitt. It ain't going on. So if you don't want to just, keep going mental on your fucking set of the TV.
Right, and you can come in and center. You can do whatever you want. But anybody who would have an actual show on the channel, everything will have to be completely open.
Some people ask, "I'll come on. You got to pay me." I'm like, I'm not fucking paying you. Who are you? I don't know you. It's not about you. Like paying you. What do I look like?
A super celebrity.
You fucking Brad Pitt. I gotta pay you.
And even a lot of times they don't get paid by the shows. They get paid by their production.
It's also free. You're going to promote something.
That's the whole point.
I'm like, pay you. What do I look like?
If you're not promoting something, why are you on there?
Yeah, right. Leave me the fuck alone.
Tit for tat. Unless she's completely performing. Sometimes those, when they just go on and just sing, they don't get interviewed. They sing, they go off.
Oh, just sing and go.
Then that's a different story. But even then, you're still getting tons of exposure.
Yeah.
I would jump in 2 seconds if you're gonna do today's show or whatever. You go.
Like we could have a queefing contest or something.
Or we can talk about Pete Davidson's always talking about drugs, and we have nothing of that. Where we have open funny.
Yeah, I don't do drugs.
Where we actually me neither. But they always depict Staten Island as a big drug.
Sure.
Because we are.
Yeah. So, forget it.
Well, we're going to call you. That's it.
Everyone I know is dead because of that shit. That's another story.
But we're definitely going to call you. So, be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, I'll tweet him. Does he have Twitter? I don't think he has Twitter.
I'm sure he does. Well, we're going to find out where you live. Because that's another whole thing that I have to get in there.
Is he from Wesley?
No.
No, his mom and sister live in...
Maybe. I'm going to send my team. There's another part of our team.
From Wesley. Old Wesley.
What is that? That's weird. Well, we have a team I call it Crazy Girl Investigators because I do have 2 women that is on the team and they research everything.
Yeah, you should just have people. So what is that guy? Like TMZ.
Sam and Stephanie, and I'm getting them hats because they're like the FBI, but we're gonna get them CGI Crazy Girl Investigators.
Oh,
they go deep. Oh no, they go in.
CGI.
They do. It's just we're gonna find out where you live.
Yeah, hunt him down. Like, would you like to come on?
So this little clip, I'm clipping it.
Tell them you gotta lie to these people too. Like we're in like 9 countries now, but I juiced it up. Like, we're in 18 countries. Come on the podcast. What the fuck do they know? Don't want to ask for stats. Even when I told the manscaping guy, I go, listen, I like, if you want to promote, I love your product. I don't promote anything I don't use. We're in 18 countries. The guy was like, wow. Meanwhile, the other countries, Bangladesh, they don't have radios over there.
Now wait, the show's done, but I'm still going to get this because I'm getting this point in for some other reason. But you know what I had a discussion with my son about with this whole thing with them controlling the algorithm and how I'm shadow bound. Everyone's now getting on this now. And no one's actually saying that to me anymore because now people are understanding that I have 4 different pages and they're like, oh, she has 5,000 there, 5,000 there, 5,000. Now they're understanding that, how do I say it? They're looking at a stupid video of I don't know, a guy sniffing glue or whatever. Some kid making mold, right? And then they go, what the fuck is this 5 million hits? And then you'll see, like you said, some gorgeous girl that's totally controversial, that's doing something crazy, and she got 2 views.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
So now they're on to the fact that they are limiting us. That they are.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Now, I never had a doubt.
They're fucking up the whole algorithm. Yeah. So now it doesn't matter. I don't know how great you are or not anymore. You get it?
Do you know?
So now when I go to your page, I don't judge you the same. Like if I see you have 3,000 or 4,000 followers, I say, damn, that's homegrown.
Well, that's what
I say. Your followers are your followers.
Yeah.
That is really earned, and I must say that mine too. That one is a bot. No one's fake.
Right.
No one doesn't know me, or I very rarely even have somebody that doesn't even know something. You know what I mean? Our followers are truly organic.
Yeah. Well, when I was on Twitter, when Musk was originally the first deal that Elon Musk was going to buy Twitter. I was getting followers. I'm like, wow, I'm getting some fucking traffic. So one day I go, and I think there was like 2,000, 2,200 followers gone. I'm like, wow, that's weird. And that's impossible. I mean, I didn't even tweet nothing and for that to drop.
Yep.
So supposedly, when Musk was going to buy it, he said the algorithm is off because they're filtering people.
Oh, look at this thing.
Oh, it's from that?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Look, we're just sitting here, too.
Oh, the no, but that was my God. What's that now?
So what they said was, I guess Twitter got nervous because Elon Musk said they overreported their user impact, whatever they call it, and then they were probably like, "Oh, we got to get rid of the bots," but they find out and the deal goes bad. So my brother would always tell me, and everyone that follows you isn't real.
Right.
I mean, because Twitter, anyone can. You got to see some of the things. I got one guy. The name was weird. I look on one of my followers. It goes, "Burn women, fire." I'm like, I looked at my brother. I'm going to delete that guy. I go, "What is this guy, a serial killer?" That's what his profile said. Burn women, fire. I'm like, you don't know who's following you. And I think it was from Qatar or some shit. Yeah. I look at my brother. I go, "Joe, I'm gonna delete." He goes, "That's a real profile." I go, "Yeah, look, the guy's got."
There's a voiceover on TikTok that I'm gonna do. There was a hater, and I took his post, and I'm gonna do a little skit on it. And he wants to bring back burning witches. He said that's been the problem. We don't burn women alive anymore because we don't keep us in line.
See, now, wouldn't you like to interview someone like that?
Yes.
We'd have a ball.
I would interview everyone.
I would love to. Like, listen, you really feel that way? You gotta come on and tell us.
Oh, this is what we want. Misogynists of the month. We want to have whatever Ku Klux Klan of the month. We could have.
I would interview anyone just to see how fucking do you operate. Like
we want to know, member, and I know they want to tell us. They do.
Yeah.
They're trying.
They want some. Well, someone that's going to tell you that. Sure, they're looking for attention. I'm like, listen, come on the show and you explain to me why you think women should be burnt alive. Because to me, it's hilarious.
I want to know.
How are you going to justify that?
I got to know.
And I'm like, if you come on the show, we'll give you a woman to burn alive.
He did say not all women, though.
Just so, well, that's nice of him.
He said, yeah, he did. He said only, I'm sure.
Only the ones with jobs?
I'm sure I'm on the list. No, women always could work. You always could work. You just got to shut up about it. And you better not do any kind of leadership role.
There's a lot of women stepping up in my business for prominent roles. Con Ed Construct.
Yeah.
They're one of their heads.
Don't make me go there again.
A black female.
I know. But here we go. Because I know what's going to happen.
What?
Every time, here's another thing that all my city guys say, right? Now, you're saying it in a good way. Mm-hmm. This is what they tell me. Girls got it so fucking good. My ex and is included in this. They got lactation rooms. They get better benefits than us. They get special treatment. They make just as much money as us. Yeah, we're equal. We fought for these rights. Mm-hmm. Okay. Problem is, those are male-dominated jobs. And most of us, we don't want them. I don't want to work for Con Ed. I don't want to be a garbage man. I don't want to be a fireman.
Yeah,
most girls don't. Yeah. I don't want to lay concrete. I don't want to do any of that.
Most guys don't either.
I don't want to do it. No, I don't even have the body for it. I don't want it. I don't ever want to do it. So yes, there's a few women, usually minorities, I'm being honest, that will go to these city positions or go be a flag girl.
Yeah, we have flaggers in our unit.
All right. Yeah. Okay, am I going to go over as a flagger? Yeah. Maybe not.
Yeah, right.
I want to be. That's not the careers that we mostly choose. For the average girl, the average girls that you're dating, okay? No, we're hairdressers.
Yeah, right.
We work in. We're waitresses. We're teachers.
Right.
We're performers. That's it. We don't. We are equal in the male union jobs. We want the same equal treatment in girls' jobs. When you give me a pension and coverage for being a hairdresser, then we'll have a conversation. That's where we want to work.
Yeah.
So now that's why our jobs get booted when you have the kids. Because you'll say, I got the coverage. Mm-hmm. Even the hairdressers that make a lot of money. The girls that are making like $5,000.
Yeah, Manhattan and shit, yeah.
Where's her benefits? She doesn't get sick day.
Yeah,
she's not off. She gets pregnant. Her clients are gone.
Yeah.
Bye, bitch.
That's a rough... I dated someone who did that for years. It's a rough business.
But if they had... That's where we want. We want the same... laws and equal rights in our girl
for the female
jobs.
professions. I got you.
Yeah. Waitressing. We get nothing.
Which is no different than construction. Waitressing.
That's
you
can be doctors now.
You can be doctors.
Most girls are not doctors. Most guys aren't doctors. I can't find to marry a doctor. No. Let alone be a doctor.
I know. Me either. Let me know.
And those couples usually are power couples that kind of are together.
Yeah, they met in fucking.
Or they didn't have children.
They met med school.
They did.
And ate ramen together.
And they have like that one child.
Yeah.
They're smart.
Yeah.
And they have one.
Yeah, that their black nanny's raising.
They're usually weird, and they have the kids at like 50.
Yeah. Give me a fucking break with that shit.
But,
I know a guy who's fucking.
Oh my god, we need to talk
I know
about
a guy
that
with
again.
a 30-year-old and a 2-year-old. I go, I guess he got remarried. I'm like, your life. I go, how bad does your life suck? Yeah. Because isn't that dangerous for the kid, for the
Not
whole
in
thing?
vitro, because in vitro you're just like a
You're just a holding cell.
You're just a holding cell. I mean, what Diana
It's like
Ross
the movie
had a baby at 70.
Get out of here, Diana Ross.
Yeah, because for her daughter, she held it as.
Oh, that's right.
If your womb is going,
I guess that's noble to do.
You can, but because of this whole.
Oh wow.
That's a show we have to do on women's bodies and abortion.
I got a lot to talk about that. My sister's.
We gotta save that, I think.
Situation.
Because we do need to talk about that because there's a whole radical. That's a whole radical.
That was a big fucking thing. People were going crazy over that. Remember, people were fucking. I mean, people stopped talking to families. I seen people on Facebook who I knew fighting with each other. I'm like, wait, isn't that this kid's aunt?
No one wants abortion. It's a part of like life because we're humans.
Yeah.
And we breed.
Yeah.
And we have sex, and so it's a complication. There's thousands of other things that go with sex too.
It should. Yeah.
Let's just stop with this whole pregnancy thing for a second. Why is somebody? How about just disease alone?
Yeah.
Let's just go with the disease. But my whole point is that what we're saying with you can't go into the conversation of being natural, like it's God's will,
right.
And then still have in vitro and shit.
I agree.
Because God did this rotation. Because they'll say, "Oh, years ago there was never abortion, right?" Right, but there was never in vitro. Yeah. So what happened back in the days when you had 14 kids, they would just have them, kill them.
Yeah.
No, crib deaths were almost gone.
I know.
We would kill the baby. We would just smother them.
Yeah.
Kill them out. Or they would just drop them in an orphanage. Then all the infertile people would go to the orphanage. Right. Like Cider House Rules. You go pick them up. You go pick up the cutest kid. You can take whoever you want.
Give me the light-skinned brown one.
They did. They're good. Light-skinned brown. You had all little blue-eyed babies in there. Yeah. Nobody had abortions. You had every little white kid to choose from. You could pick the cream of the crop. Yeah. And that's what, it was like a natural way. The women who kept breeding and didn't want them, and the other ones would take. Now we got rid of that. Now we have no one. Now these women who are of privilege, who are educated, who have money, now they're doing in vitro.
Yeah.
This is where we are. So what I'm trying to say is, if that's unnatural, then so is in vitro. And now you're messing with God's work, aren't you?
I agree.
You're splitting embryos and shit. That's that. And honestly, like I said, we have to cut off. But that's got to be a show because. That came from Hitler. Mengele. We did with like gene splicing and baby lubricating and all that. He
was doing animals.
There was no way. There was no way to figure that out. To stick embryos unless you operated on human beings. Yeah. So it's just not unnatural. But that's another show.
Crazy, right?
But I think I have like 3 pieces that I think are really good.
Yeah, we definitely got some.
I'm gonna clip it with Dave.
I got 130 on my end of some material.
Yeah.
30. Did some good stuff.
Basically, what this meeting.
I'll add an intro and an outro to it after.
Do you want anything? Can I get you a water
or
drink?
No, I'm good.
Okay. But let's talk for a sec before you go.